My name is Luci Westphal. I'm a photographer and filmmaker and visual artist. I focus a lot on social and biophilic art. That's something that inspires me in the world, is that I want to do work that helps make the world a better place, or at least has a positive impact on the individual that engages with my artwork. And that's where the terms social and biophilic come in. I create work that directly engages with people and that hopefully people directly engage with, and that it goes beyond just I'm looking at visual art, but that there's an actual interactive aspect to it. We as humans are drawn to nature to make us feel again complete and healthy in our development, because we come out of nature and only a small aspect of our human history has taken place in this kind of industrial and indoor kind of environment. So before, we've been in nature just like all the other animals. I like to help inspire us to be reconnecting with nature, be in nature, and also be healthier through the exchange with nature, which is like things like lowering your heart rate, for example, is something that happens when you exchange even with secondary nature, like a photo of nature, for example. The social artwork, I would like to give two examples that I've done recently. The sandpeat moving still, and those are the interaction of people at a nursing wing at a senior living facility in St. Petersburg with video frames that held long loop videos of nature images that I recorded without any kind of editing. So it's almost like looking out the window. And I brought those into spaces to people that aren't able to leave the facility or leave the room, or aren't able to bend down to see a bee getting some nectar. So the art piece itself was having the experience of those people with those videos. Another piece that I did recently was for the Creative Pinellas Emerging Artist Grant, and they had an exhibit for that, which was super exciting. I was there with David McCauley, who's also from our neighborhood. He was in that same cohort, and that piece was a larger installation of privacy fence, 3 walls with 1 opening and a tarp over it, and the walls on the outside were all photos that I transferred in to the wood that I'd taken over the last 20 years around different countries of things that I find are beautiful in the outdoors. That includes nature, urban nature, and street art, and old buildings that have been abandoned that have history. And there are flower boxes around the structure with real life Florida wild plants that I had grown that were then growing in the gallery. And people could go inside the structure and they would find elements that alluded to a person having taken shelter there, probably an unhoused person. And the audience was invited to leave messages and drawings on the inside walls. A lot of people wouldn't find street art and abandoned buildings beautiful. So this is all up to the eye of the beholder, but it was trying to put the question out to the audience, I should say, what they consider beautiful and how important beauty is for us. And that includes the unhoused people, because all people in my mind are beautiful. And I think they should be in all people's minds. We're all the same, and we're all beautiful beings, and we all need beauty. So a homeless person needs to be surrounded with beauty in the same way as somebody that can afford to buy expensive paintings and hang them on their wall. Photography to me is my religion, my spiritual temple, my raison d'etre, my meditation, my happy place, my addiction, my just about everything. When I take a photo, everything else around me stops. The moment when I freeze space and time is the moment when for just that time, I know exactly where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing, and that is taking this photo. When I photograph, I do think about turning the 3-dimensional world into the 2-dimensional world. So I'm out in the space. I always do outdoor photography, and outdoor doesn't mean just nature, but it can be in the urban environment as well. But I'm not a studio photographer, and I'm not a portrait photographer. I let the world outside guide me, and I find the images, the image find me, I move around until it feels just right. And when I press that button, it feels just right. And I just love being in that space where I'm not worried about anything else anymore. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm grateful in that moment and very focused.